Hey everyone, let's try to solve one more question from JEE Advanced 2025. We have already solved this particular question. Basically, this is also came in paper 2 only. This question also came in paper 2. So, I have solved this question. You can watch the video which will be available on my YouTube channel. And here, let's try to solve this question in this particular video. Okay. Here, for the reaction sequence given below, correct statements is or are like this is a multiple select questions. There might be a options, like there might be more than one correct option is possible over here. Okay, so here they have given this compound, and basically what is this? This is a cyclic ester, right? Cyclic esters are also called as lactones. So they are treating this with lithium aluminum hydride, which is basically a strong reducing agent. It will reduce this ester group to alcohols, right? So let me solve it over here. C double bond O. Here it will be oxygen. Okay. Here we have this phenyl group, and here we are treating with this lithium LiLH4, lithium aluminum hydride. Basically, it is a strong reducing agent. It will reduce this ester group to an alcohol groups. Okay. Here we'll get CH2OH, and here it will be CH2OH, right? Here it will be OH. Here we have this pH. Okay, just don't mind my handwriting, you can just try it by yourself once, then you can watch this video. Okay, so while watching the video, if you get any doubt, you can just comment it down, we'll discuss there. Okay, so here we have got two alcoholic groups, right? And here they are treating this P, this is P, and here they are treating with this reagent. What is this reagent? Generally this is a Jones reagent. They have given CrO3 in the presence of an acid H2SO4, right? So basically it is a strong oxidizing agent. It will oxidize primary alcohol to acid and secondary alcohol to ketone. Okay, in case, and one more thing that I wanted to mention, if they, in case they have just mentioned CrO3, in that case it act like a mild oxidizing agent. In that case, primary alcohols get converts to an aldehyde, it won't further oxidize to an acid. Okay, that's that one thing that you need to take care over here. So as it is a strong oxidizing agent, it will try to convert this primary alcohol to acid and secondary alcohol to ketone. And anyway, here these two are primary alcohols only. So when you treat this with this reagent H2SO4 CrO3, these two primary alcohols get converts to an acid. This will get oxidized to acids. Okay, C double bond OH. Here it will be C double bond OH. Fine. And here this group will be remain same. And in the next step, what they were doing, here we have got this product Q. So when you treat this acid with this soda lime, decarboxylation happens, CO2 will be removed. Okay, fine. How to write the product? You just remove this CO2 over here, bus, and we'll get the product as C double bond O. This will get removed, right? So basically just remove this CO2 over here, this CO2. Okay, when we treat with this soda lime, NaOH, CaO, and heat. So final product what we'll get over here, this will be CH3, and here it will be CH3, and here this product will be as it is. So this is our product R. Okay, fine. So now what they were doing, uh, here it is a product S. Okay, so first let's try to check the options what they have given here. Here they were telling P is optically active. You can see P. Here this is not optically active because here how many, you see, you can probably see this carbon over here. This is containing CH2 CH2OH, and here also CH2 CH2OH. These two groups are same only, right? So this is not a chiral carbon, and there is no chiral carbon over here in this compound. So this can't be the optically active compound. So this option is wrong. So in the next option they were talking about S. So let's try to solve for S also. And here what happens? See, what is P? This is P, right? Here they were treating this P with H2SO4 and heat. Basically it is a dehydration. Okay. So let me write it over here. CH2OH, right? This one, CH2. OH, and here it will be OH, and here it will be pH. Okay, they were just doing the dehydration over here. H2SO4 and heat. Okay, heat they have mentioned over here. So what happens? First carbocation like protonation occurs, and then elimination of water takes place. Bus, and here this also will obstruct this hydrogen, and this will form it as a water first, then elimination of water takes place over here. OH2 positive, here this will be the OH2 positive, here it will be pH, and now these two groups will leave and we'll get a what will get over here, carbocations, right? So here we'll get this product. See here, there might be many types of alkanes will be formed by just rearranging these carbocations and all. One of the possibility of getting the alkene is this. So here this just will obstruct this one, and here it might form a double bond, and here this. So this is one of the product that we are getting when you do the dehydration to the compound P. Okay, here they were not asking like how many possible number of products formed in S, so that's why we are not solving over here. So here they were asking S gives a Bayer's test. See here, Bayer's test means what? Cold dilute what is Bayer's reagent? Bayer's reagent is cold dilute KMnO4, right, which is basically used for testing unsaturated compounds, and here it is an alkene, right, and here, as it is a alkene, it gives a positive test. That's why this option is correct. S gives a Bayer's test. And here so I hope you have understood this conversion. Basically here we'll get different types of alkenes, but here they were just asking about if will it give Bayer's test or not. That's the thing we'll get to know, like as it is a alkene, it gives a positive Bayer's test. That's why this option is correct. Yeah. And next option they have given, Q gives effervescence with aqueous NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, right? And here what is Q? Q is this. And you know, like when this Q is having acid groups, right? When acid reacts with this sodium bicarbonate, which is basically a acid base reaction, so CO2 will be released in this reaction, which gives us effervescence. Effervescence means like it's like a bubbling of the while releasing that CO2, bubbles will come up. That's what they were saying. So anyway, Q is an acid, so this acid gives effervescence when we react with this aqueous sodium bicarbonate. So that's why this option is correct. And in the last option they were saying R is an alkyne. Where is R? Here this is an R. This is not alkyne, right? So this is a alkene type of compound. This is not alkyne, so this option is wrong. So you can see these two options are correct for this particular question. And yeah, if they would have asked like incorrect statement, then these two would be correct. Okay, you just take care while reading the question. Okay, just read the question properly, and I hope you have understood this question. And let me just summarize this for you people. Here they have given cyclic ester, and when you treat with strong reducing agent, it will reduce those that group to alcohol groups. So you have got two alcohol groups in P. So we have got this, then we have treated with this Jones reagent. Basically the name of this reagent is Jones reagent, and here this is a strong oxidizing agent. It will try to oxidize primary alcohols to acid and secondary alcohols to ketone. So here there were two primary alcohols, it gets converts to an acid groups. Okay, and here in the next step they were doing decarboxylation. This is basically a soda lime. So when you treat this with soda lime in the presence of heat, CO2 will be removed, and here we'll get the product R. And again one more reaction they have given, but they have treated this P with H2SO4 and heat. This is the dehydration reaction simply. And here one more thing that I want to mention, there are multiple alkenes will be formed as a products by rearrangement and all, but they were they were just asking about like S gives pairs test or not. So that's why I haven't written all the products again. As it is an alkene, it gives a positive Bayer's test. That's why this option is correct. So I hope you understood this question, and yeah, if you get any doubts while I'm explaining, you just let me know in the comment section. We will discuss again. Okay, and also I hope these videos are helping you out. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. And just take care and bye.